Welcome to another episode of our podcast. Today is a special one because we have two guests who are the leaders in our business, and they are on the front end and the back end side. So it will be a bit of the insider's thought into this podcast, and you probably may know Pawel and Aidas from previous episodes. Today, they will talk about what are their responsibilities and how they work with our team internally, how we scale the business, right? So we're coming to you more transparent, and this podcast will be in English because Aidas speaks in English, and most of our clients are in English. So we've prepared a lot of interesting topics for today's episode, so stay tuned. Guys, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, thanks for having us here, Marcin.
Hello, everyone.
You guys are in Manchester, right?
Yeah, we are in Media City. It's a hub for a lot of media companies, including BBC, ITV. There's a lot of content produced here, so it's an iconic place to be.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
So
very modern.
let's give a bit of background. Why are you guys together in Manchester, and how does it? Why why are we in Manchester? That's the question. Why is Emersoft in Manchester, and you guys are together there? What's happening?
So Pawel probably can start with that, because that relates to his personal moves.
Yeah. So first of all, Emersoft is all over the place, not only in Manchester. And why we invest in Manchester? So I used to live in London, but since all the situation with COVID started and things like that, I just decided that I want to change. I want to, try another city in the UK, and I decided to go to Manchester, which turned out to be a pretty good idea.
Yeah,
Right,
whereas
so,
having spent 7 months in Cyprus, I spent my winter there. I came back for a month to my home country of Lithuania, then flew into London, and knowing that Pawel is here, and knowing that the last time we saw each other, including you, Marcin, was more than a year ago, I thought it really is worth to pay a visit to Manchester, see my colleague, and just catch up. It doesn't happen often these days.
Do some work together.
Yeah, so that's great, guys. And today we'll tell our listeners, because most of the time we have people who are external in our business, right? But today I wanted to invite you because you are the leaders and you work with our clients, big clients, smaller clients. You work with the team every day. I'm here in Vegas and you're there in Manchester in Europe. So let's introduce you guys to our listeners and viewers. What are your responsibilities in our company, and what exactly do you do, and how long you've been co-creating Emersoft together. So let's start with Aidas.
So my main responsibility is to look after Emersoft infrastructure. That means hosting our clients' websites, applications, monitoring it, make sure that it works without any interruptions. It doesn't break. If it does break, then it's my responsibility to sort it out when it comes to infrastructure, CDNs, traffic distribution. Besides that, I also do backend development, so I work closely with my backend colleagues and also with my frontend colleagues like Pawel.
Yes, so for me in Emersoft, I lead the whole front-end operation. I take care of the team. I make sure that the things are moving forward. I am also involved into most of the calls that we have with clients. I very often gather requirements, discuss the designs and problems that clients have and what we are going to be solving. So I'm very much involved into that. And I'm also a developer myself, so I'm trying to manage my time and split those two tasks between each other, because I still want to be involved into development. I want to grow as a developer. And yeah, sometimes I have days full of calls. Sometimes I have days where I'm only focused on coding. That's my
Right.
main responsibilities in Emersoft.
Okay, thanks, guys. And now I'd like to transition more how you work with our clients and what's the process like when we have a new project or when we have an ongoing project. Like, give us more details on the process. You, Aidas, on the back end, and Pawel on the front end, right? So, what are the steps in order to get the project started and then developed and maintain, ultimately host and things like that?
Yeah. So regardless whether I'm a back-end guy and Pawel is a front-end guy, first of all is the understanding of the client needs. First of all, we catch up with the client. Project manager is also involved. You, Martin, are also involved, and we need to all be on the same page in terms of understanding what does the client need, and if we can offer a solution. Now, once that is clarified, then obviously we look at drawing the sitemap, which highlights the features, the functionalities, the purposes, which basically is manifestation of what client wants to see. So once that is settled, then we go to the teams and we can then be more specific about infrastructure. What I personally take into account, the existing traffic. If the client has existing website, how much traffic does the website get? And based on that, I choose the optimal infrastructure setup for the new website. Now, if this is a new website, I obviously need to inquire about the possible interest of the audience, which translates into the traffic, and base the setup on that. Then obviously we talk about technologies, whether it's a sophisticated Symfony backend with a sophisticated front-end solution, or it could be more simple WordPress website. It's all decided within the team before we again go back to the client with the further steps. But to us, at least at the beginning, is the most important part is to understand what the client needs and make sure that we can offer the solution.
Yeah, so as Aidas already said, the understanding is a crucial part here. And very often clients come to us and they are not, they have the idea of what they want. Very often they know the problem that they have, they know their process, but they're having problems with defining it. And it's very important for us to define a step by step of how the problem is going to be solved. And that requires a lot of investigations from us very often. So we spend time with clients, we're trying to ask the right questions and basically interview to see what they want. And then once we are everyone on the same page, know what are we going to be built, what is the problem to be solved, how we want to automate, what are the integrations that we are going to be working on, then we go to the technology and we decide what will be the best fit. Either a single page application or API calls, or as Aidas said, sometimes WordPress is enough to serve us as a base. Not always simple WordPress site, but we can use a WordPress as a base or maybe even as a backend, because we don't want to invent the wheel. We don't want to make our clients to spend more than they have to achieve what they want.
Yeah, it's important thing to also highlight, if the client doesn't know what they want, we're here to suggest. We're here to suggest, their strategy, their technology strategy, which is going to impact their business as well, in a positive way, of course. So our suggestions, our experience based on working with the other clients also comes very handy here. And as Pawel said, it's very important to ask the right questions. Sometimes those questions may not be very comfortable. Let's say budget, if the client really has a budget to achieve what they want. So asking the right questions and understanding is the key to success.
Yeah, sometimes it even happens that clients. So it's important to know the end result that we wanna, where we wanna get with the application. And very often it happens that the clients, they overcomplicate it, and we are here to simplify it. sometimes they are not even aware that those steps can be simplified, that we don't really need to go that road, we can take another one, which is simpler, quicker, cheaper, and more efficient.
Okay, so if you guys can tell us what is your expertise and how particularly do you help our clients, both on the front end and or on the back end. Let's start with Aidas.
Yeah, so before joining Emersoft full-time, I had been working in the publishing industry for nearly a decade with high-traffic websites, configuring CDNs, doing backend development, doing a little bit of infrastructure. So I can recommend the client the correct infrastructure setup to accommodate high-traffic websites. I have some experience with different CMSs. Also, I can recommend the clients which one to go for. Again, if we have a publishing type or publishing related website, I can come across with recommendations based on my experience. And yeah, I also have experience in working in the teams, in structured teams, so I'm no stranger to also adjusting with my colleagues, front-end developers, junior developers, talking to project managers, talking to clients, and similar.
On my part, I have quite a lot of experience working with user interfaces designers, user experience designers, how to make the journey easy for a user, talking with clients what exactly they want to achieve, and basically all the front-end operation. So I help them decide on the technology that we will go for, and I help them clarify the target, the users, who are they targeting exactly. So as soon as we understand who is going to be using the website, we can help them better. Or application, website or application.
And we also have around 20 people on our team. Some of them are juniors, some of them are more senior, but you guys are in the leadership position every day, not only by leading the team internally, but also leading the client through the process. So how does this translate from working with the client, gathering all the requirements, but then working with the team to make sure that we are all accountable internally? So how do you, number one, train, educate, and then keep accountable all the team members? And what challenges and what benefits do you guys see out of having a team and leading the team?
Yeah, it's a good question. So me and Pawel are usually the ones facing the client first with the project managers before filtering it down to junior developers. And as I said before, it's all within the understanding of what the client needs. If we understand what the client needs, we can transfer the information over to our colleagues. Now, in terms of keeping them accountable and similar, I think this is very much of a personal choice of a developer if he sees quality in that, if he sees something where he or she can deploy their knowledge, if he believes in the project or part of the project that he's working on. This is where the accountability comes about. Obviously, you cannot, ensure or impose that on somebody as it's their personal choice, but we are only interested in working with people who see the quality in what they do, believe in what they do, and with that comes the accountability. So we obviously can't say to our colleagues, I want you to be responsible for that part A, B, or C, and most of the times they will be, but if they are not, then it's their choice, and to me it means that they don't believe in what they do, and if they don't believe in what they do, they might be in the wrong industry.
Yes, our main goal is to create a team of driven individuals that are passionate about what they do, that we don't really need to keep controlling them and things like that. We don't believe in the micromanagement. We don't want to do that. We want to have people that are responsible and love what they do, because this is where the pleasure from working as a team is coming from.
Yeah, you can't impose a responsibility, I suppose. Yeah, you can say, I'd like you to be responsible for that, and yes, that's what we do, but we cannot repeat it 10 times. If the person does not feel responsible for that after repeating it a number of times, this person may not be a good fit. It needs to come from within the person,
Yes.
most often.
Yes.
Rather
yes,
than
yes.
being imposed on that. Imposing is not gonna work.
Yeah, if we see that someone is willing to do more and wants to grow, we giving them opportunity to be exposed. So step by step, we getting them involved into problem solving before even the solution will be will go to a development. And yeah, let them be involved in the process. We are a small team, so what you do makes an impact. So you can really propose a better solution. You can really propose a better option to improve the process. But as Aidas said, it has to come from you. We're not gonna force you to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and what would you guys say to the new people that are willing to join, or they're looking for a small team with good leadership, with very cool projects, not only in the edutech space, but also like for smaller businesses, for bigger multinational companies, and working with various clients. Like, what are you most excited about working with Emersoft? And how do you also see the difference between bigger businesses and smaller businesses, and that relates to what other people would they might be drawn into that environment?
Well, I would say that we are very exposed to a variety of different projects here at Emersoft, from small to large. So there's room for any kind of specialist. And if you're passionate, as Pawel said, about what you do, if you want to deploy the best of your skills, if you believe in quality product, if you want to feel a part of delivering a quality product, that means a lot to me. So that's a good start. We're very flexible here. We have a lot of flexibility when it comes to working hours, when it comes to location. We're going to talk about this a little later. So if you wanna, use these perks, use these benefits, and feel that you wanna be responsible, something we just talked about, feel that you have that within yourself, I'm happy to talk to you guys.
Yeah, what I really love about working with in Emersoft, what is really great about the variety of different projects that we work on with different clients is also the technologies. So in Emersoft we have projects that are on the front end. We have TypeScript. We have latest Angular. We do projects in React. So as a developer, you can really grow in a different directions, and you can basically try everything, because that's what is really important, to be flexible. Don't focus only on one thing. For example, frameworks, technologies, those are only tools. And those tools are created to solve real life problems. So it's not about the tool, it's about the problem and which tool is the best to use in a certain situation.
Yeah, not only have a variety of technologies, but we're always looking for the new technologies to deploy from within the team and from the outside the team. If somebody who is willing to join us would have, a choice of options to offer, a choice of technology options to offer, there's a lot of room for that. We never say no if there's a compelling reason to deploy a new technology within a stack.
Yeah, we want to take our clients to the next level. We're always looking into the future.
Yeah, so that's how we solve our clients' problems, and that's the most exciting part. some of the most exciting parts. And now I want to talk about the question that clients asked us sometimes, like, are you guys gonna be in the business in a few years? Because I need a server, I need a hosting solution, I need an application, and the clients have been asking us, before COVID and then during COVID and after COVID, and they still don't know if we're gonna be in a business. And I'm here to tell you that we've been in the business for the last 4 years, and I want you guys to tell everybody how. We've gone through the most challenging times, so the COVID, and where did you guys stay, and was it and do you think we're gonna pack our things and just go home, or we're getting stronger only because of everything that happened?
Yeah, we did get this question not long ago, Marcin, about whether we're gonna stay in business for next 2 years or so, and I can only assure our colleagues and our listeners and viewers that we don't have plans to leave the business. In terms of what we've gone through, well, we've gone through a lot. Obviously, COVID was a major factor. Interestingly, though, I had never been so busy in my life during the COVID. How about you, Pawel?
Yeah, that was a very intensive time. I have to admit that at some point at the very beginning of the whole situation, when everything was uncertain and people didn't know what's gonna happen, we had like a very, very tiny small break, like a stop. A few of our clients, a few projects that we just kicked off, they wanted us to hold on for a split of a second, basically. And then after a little time, everyone realized that the show must go on, and they put the gas on. Everything went digital, so since then we very busy as never before.
Yeah, I get the impression that the digital sector might have had a tiny stop, as Pawel just said, but overall, looking at the last year, I think digital sector was booming overall. There have been, new opportunities within some businesses to go even more digital, even improve their digital presence. So look at how many delivery companies out there, that needed their infrastructure to be upgraded, and so on and so on. So coming back to your question, no, we're not planning to leave the business.
We're only planning to take over the business.
Okay,
Yeah,
great. So
we're staying there.
I want you now to mention, and then you've already said, Aidas, about working remotely. I want to talk about our business model, and you guys are now in Manchester, even though Aidas, you were working throughout the whole, last pretty much 6 months or more from an island. So you were sipping cocktails. You were working from an island. Paweł was also working from an island, but from the UK
much bigger
island.
line, yeah.
Yeah, much bigger island. So talk to us about the remote work and the business model in Emersoft and the remote work, and where you guys spent the most the pandemic, and how was and was it different to any sort of day-to-day work that we were doing before and after?
Yeah, so it's worth mentioning that every single Emersoft team member knows very well what the remote working is. It's not only me and Pawel. To me personally, remote working is something I used to do way before COVID, from different continents, from different European countries, so I'm very used to that. As of this winter, I spent 7 months in a small Mediterranean island called Cyprus. Halfway through my stay, I came to the decision to join you guys full time.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was a big change when I was there. In terms of work, Yes, we all work remotely. That's why communication is an important factor here. We talk, over the messaging apps. We do planning sessions. We have our daily calls, and every single Emersoft team member is used to that, knows what the remote working is. So I would say that is not new to us. That's totally normal, and I think we're pretty good at it.
Yeah, so Emersoft as a remote first company, we were working remotely way before this all happened, so our processes were already in place. It didn't really impact us, but I have to admit that it actually helped us a lot. Because since we are remote first, since we are a company remote first and we were working remotely, we were offering our services remotely, and before that the people, they didn't really trust that much. But currently, when when you guys know the remote work is a normal thing, right? So everyone works remotely. It's nothing special about it. So now it's even easier for us to convince people to work with us from all over the world.
Yeah, worth mentioning that our talented people are split all over the world. We have people in the States, we have people in Thailand, we have people all over Europe, and this is great, and they are all used to remote working, although we are in a different time zones. But yeah, we are open to that,
Yeah.
very much so.
We mentioned many times before that we support the digital nomad movement and people working from different places, because if you are going to be happy and most productive from the other places, no problem, like you go there and enjoy your life. As long as you deliver, you're part of the Emersoft.
Okay, perfect. And so, as people can hear by our accents, like where are those guys coming from? They're in Manchester together right now, and but the accent is not it's not sort of
Northern.
British. What is
Not
this
northern.
accent? Yeah. So tell us where you're from, because Aidas, you're from a different country, and Pavel, you're from a different country.
Yeah, I'm Lithuanian. I'm originally Lithuanian. I have lived in London for last 16 years. Over the last 2 years, I spent more time in Lithuania than in the UK. And as you heard, I spent my winter in Cyprus. So yeah, I've been on the move, even during COVID. I had to do 10 tests over the last year, 10 COVID tests. It's crazy when it comes to traveling these days.
Yeah. So I'm from Poland, and I've been around for about 5-6 years in the UK. But I also move quite a lot and change locations, and yeah, I feel like the whole world is my home.
Okay, perfect. So, how would you guys advise, or what would you guys say to new clients that are coming and we're onboarding new clients? Like, what are the questions that we're asking them when when they come to us and let's say they want a custom application for their marketplace. They want a custom landing or marketing page because there's a big, worldwide expo happening in the, let's say, Middle East. They want some sort of educational platform. So we're doing a lot of things here. We're a technology company, and what do what do you see the clients are not, they're not sort of prepared to ask, and they're not researching before, contacting any technology company?
So I honestly believe that the most important question is to ask the client is to define the MVP. Because very often people coming to us with those great ideas of very complex systems without even testing it out on the real users. They looking into the future, and instead of focusing on something small, MVP, the features that are the most important, something that can already help your business, something that that already can help you. So basically, define the MVP, define what is the most important in your in the solution that you need, regardless of your business. Define what is the most important, roll it out, test it with your users, get some feedback to see how it is. Don't invest the whole bunch of money that on features that might turn out that you don't even need, because people don't use it, people don't know how to use it. So define the MVP, focus on the present moment, and of course future. Also remember about the bigger picture, because that's important, but for those applications and systems, complex systems, focus on the present moment, focus on the most important features, roll it out, test it out, get some feedback, and then adjust the plan and move on.
Yeah, what client asks us the most common question is obviously how long will it take and how much will it cost. But this is when the MVP factor, as Pawel mentioned, comes into play. And it's great to see, the clients having all these big ideas, grand designs. But as is the case very often in software development, this needs to be broken down in phases. First phase being the MVP.
Exactly.
But yeah, to answer your question, Martin, client always asks about budget and time frames.
Exactly, yes. So I have one brief question about you guys. What are your hobbies, and what do you do that is, let's say, outside of work, or something that that you like doing?
I used to be in photography a lot. Shame that my camera has not been used for a year, and it's mainly phone that I use for photography. I like running, I like traveling, I like hiking.
Yeah, so my biggest passion, I think it's traveling, but I don't really have to even mention that, and that's actually a huge advantage of being able to work remotely from anywhere I want, because I can still focus on my career, grow as a developer, grow as a person, expose myself to calls with clients, to difficult conversations, and meanwhile travel the world and enjoy the time and those experiences. So I love traveling, obviously. I love what I do. I'm really into front-end development. I love design. I really enjoy working on pleasant designs. I'm trying to stay up to date with technology, even after my work, and also I'm into all the board sports. So yeah.
Well, it's big on board sports.
Yeah, I used to skateboard. Now when I moved to London, I was commuting on a scooter, then I changed it to longboard. When we were traveling to Mexico, we tried surfing. I'm into water, basically. I used to swim a lot. So yeah, I'm trying to stay active and up to date with the industry.
Perfect. So let's talk about quality and flexibility. And why is it that we're different because of those two factors, comparing to other companies, and that are probably great as well, and but we know that there is something that we're different than others because of these two big words.
Well, so as we mentioned, we let our colleagues work from anywhere in the world, anywhere we went to. They also are quite flexible when it comes to their daytime, working hours. They can also choose them pretty much freely. Quality is in the core and blood of what we do. We're proud of producing a quality product, and quality is a personal feature which we put in our end product, and that's what makes me happy. That's what drives me, and that's what I'm very proud of the quality product that we produce.
Yeah, I think that big difference. I mean, what makes us different from other companies like ours is that we always look for new solutions. We never settle on one solution. We always look for something else because the industry is really dynamic. So there is always something new coming up. And we always try to look for better solutions, always research what else can we do, what else can we automate, what else can help us to be able to work asynchronously, because that's our main goal, to be able to work asynchronously, to not depend on any team, on other team members. Of course, we need to communicate, that's important, but yeah, what makes us different is we always look for new solutions, and we are very flexible because we are not such a big company, and we can change and adjust quickly. And yeah, very often that's our clients, they change their mind, we go with the MVP, then they get some feedback from users, they need to change the scope, switch the priorities, and we are flexible. As long as we plan it, we can be flexible.
So now leaving the discussion, and thanks for your time, guys. I have last question in terms of our resources, and we have some juniors that are starting, that we're training and we're giving them the opportunity, but we also have a lot of senior people, experienced, that are working asynchronously. So, regardless of the time zone, right? Whether we have clients in the US, in the UK, we are flexible to work with our clients, and we do everything to adapt to our clients, listen to their needs, solve their problems, and then make sure that their minimum valuable product is delivered, and then it's scaled, and it's helping their business, especially now during the biggest and the greatest digital transformation that the world has ever seen. So how do you guys work with the team internally, and what advice would you have for the juniors that are joining as well? And what advice would you have for more senior people that are joining us, but not only, but also for the senior people that are working with us?
Well, my advice to whether juniors or seniors would be keep up doing the great work that you're doing. Appreciate the flexibility. Don't be afraid to get on a call at 8 o'clock in the evening with your US colleagues. It's part of the job. And just, see quality in what you deliver.
Yeah, and also as Aidas already mentioned before, be passionate about what you do, and see the bigger picture. Because for our senior colleagues, what I can tell, work on your communication. Technical skills are not the only important part of your job. It's of course important to know the technology, to know how to work with those, how to solve problems, but also the communication. Be a team player, that's important. Just don't assume someone knows what you're doing. Don't assume someone knows that everything is going smooth. Just drop one message, just basically communicate. Don't make people ask you obvious questions. If you know that someone will be asking you, how is it going? Are we on track? Just instead of waiting until someone asks this question, just answer it straight away, or just drop one message. And then this is important. Communication, mind others people time. We wanna be asynchronously, so don't. We are trying to not to depend on each other that much. We are in the different time zones. You wanna change the country, it's all okay, but just communicate well. And as a junior, focus on technical skills. I mean, spend some time. It's important to spend time and study and learn, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Perfect. And last one before we leave is how important is to catch up with the team members, and what do we do? Even though we're working all online, some people are in Thailand, some people are in Poland, some people are in Lithuania, some people sometimes go to different places, Spain, Cyprus, US, UK. We're all over the place. We're I like to say, we're like the virus. We're everywhere. but we meet each other frequently, especially the leadership team, because we are holding the spine of the business, and how important is to meet together like you guys are doing right now in Manchester, and then show up and show on the camera and not be hiding behind your computer.
Yeah. Although we are very used to remote working, as we said, I still very much appreciate, the human connection. I do think it's very important to meet up with your colleagues whenever possible. Obviously, before COVID, we would meet more often than now. But absolutely, I would never miss an opportunity to meet up with my colleague if I know that they are around, or I'm around, or I'm planning to be somewhere in their geographical location. I encourage to do so. To me personally, it's important to have that human connection so that I could see a person not only on Zoom, but also in reality. So yeah, definitely that's important. Lifts the spirits up.
Yes, I have the same. I totally agree with Aidas. For me, it's also very important to catch up with team. Before COVID, we used to travel more. We very often organized different trips to different locations, and we always were looking for conferences, for example, just to combine this all together, like a little bit of education. So for example, we went to New York for a Smashing magazine conference, just to learn something new about the industry, and then meanwhile from New York go somewhere else and enjoy the beach in Mexico, spend some time together. Since we all working remotely, we can basically rent a house or wherever together, spend there 2 weeks, no rush, no problem, and then go somewhere else. So I think this is important.
And we were also
we
were also in Canada, right?
Yeah, Canada and Toronto for Collision, huge conference.
What about the upcoming conferences? Do you guys wanna give out the news where people can, and the clients, and then people that are interested in the partnership or working with us, give out the news. Where are we gonna be at the end of the year?
So in London Excel, we're gonna have this business conference where Emersoft is gonna take part. Very exciting. I'm personally planning to be there with you guys.
Yes.
So November 24th, 25th, we'll be exhibiting at the business show in London.
London Excel.
So come meet us, take a selfie with us. And let's discuss your projects, your needs, how our team and resources can help you. We're looking for partnerships. We're looking to collaborate. We're looking to become your friends, the part of your family, your business, and we want to provide our expertise and what we've learned across different industries, and working with other clients, so that you can benefit from all of that knowledge, technology, and experience that we've gathered.
It's going to be very exciting because we're also planning to present how simple can be to prepare a quote, basically, because I think this is a huge problem in the industries, especially with those smaller projects, smaller websites. People they never know how much, when, why that costs this much. So, and it complicates the whole process. So that's gonna be one of the things we want to present to people there. If you wanna see, come join us, and it's gonna be great.
Absolutely.
London Excel.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really hope it's gonna happen this year. It was supposed to happen last year. Unfortunately, it was cancelled due to known reasons. So please come to us. Come talk to us.
Okay. Thanks guys for your time. Greetings from Las Vegas. Also greetings from
sunny Manchester.
Sunny Manchester, right? So
sunny Manchester.
we do have clients in Manchester, in London, across the UK and the US. So I hope you guys enjoy your weekend because we're recording on Saturday, and we'll be doing more Q&A and sessions like that with our team in the future. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you very much,
Thanks,
Martin,
Marcin.
for having us here. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.